Hey everyone, it's JoJo, and I'm still playing Beyblade Unboxing Catch-Up, this time with a Takara Tomy Beyblade. This is Beyblade Burst Superking, Lucifer, the End. So this Beyblade is the third release with a limit break ability. Alright, so here is the front of the packaging. This is a defense type Beyblade. It is B175. The product number, and here we have the character or the owner of Lucifer the End down on the bottom right. And on the back, we have all the parts and stats and the limit break ability explaining up here, which I will be going over later on. For the parts, we have Lucifer the End for the sparking chip and ring. We have Co for the disc and Drift for the driver. And here again, just kind of explaining what the limit break ability is. It basically is like a parry attack, or not attack, but like a defense to deflect incoming attacks from other Beyblades. And down here we have another explanation for the performance tip or the driver. When I use translate, it says that it creates more pressure against the teeth so that it's harder to burst. So it's a little bit, so it adds a little bit more defense for this Beyblade, but we shall see about that. Alright, so during this video, I'll be comparing it to the original Lucifer, well, not quite original, but variant Lucifer, and also the other limit break Beyblades, Helios Volcano and Hyperion Burn. So let's get to unboxing. Alright, we have a QR code right here for the Takara Tomy app if you want to get some points. First come, first serve. Alright, we have the customized guide, the Superking customized guide. Ooh, really fancy stickers. I don't think the other two limit break Beyblades had foil stickers like this, but yeah, these are really nice. I think they just had like the translucent ones. And we have the instructions, just for me, and go ahead and take a pause if you want to check out the Superking customized guide featuring Lucifer the End. And down here, we have a little teaser for Hollow Death Scyther, which is already released at this point. Again, I'm just really late on this. Alright. Alright, there we have the Beyblade. And here we have Lucifer the End Co Drift with all the stickers applied. Alright, so I'm showing it fully assembled because I do want to show off the limit break ability first when I talk about the ring and the sparking chip as well. So right now it is kind of like in its normal mode, its fixed position, but when it reaches a certain amount of clicks, which you should see right here, so on the underside, I'll show later, there's a little bit of a tab there that activates the ability, and on the code disc, there is a nub that presses into it and activates it. So we're going to move the disc. So this is the third click. And that should activate, there we go, that should activate the ability, but I accidentally disassembled it. So let's show that right now. So the ability, it drops this part of the ring and it becomes free spinning. Also, this middle part on the ring also becomes free spinning as well, this purple part that's beneath the black part on the top of the ring. And on the bottom you can see the two tabs that activate the limit break ability. And a quick thing about the GT chip, what I was talking about on the back of the box, the ability for the GT, not the GT chip, the sparking chip, excuse me, and in combination with the driver, it creates friction against this pink part here, which is made out of rubber. So it does create a little, again, it does create the friction and makes it a little bit harder to burst. And also the teeth aren't too bad for being a defensive type. But when I was kind of fixing it together and assembling it, it just did not feel as strong as, let's say, Helios Volcano and Hyperion Burn. I feel like they have stronger teeth, and this has like more weaker teeth, but it does have that rubber little nub in the middle to create that friction and make it harder to burst, in theory, by the way. Alright, so back on the ability, this is free spinning, so when you have a Beyblade that's going to hit it, it's just gonna kind of slide off of it or deflect away from it. It also drops down pretty significantly, So I imagine that would be pretty great for like rolling on the edge before toppling over and giving that extra edge in Life After Death. So pretty neat ability. So it feels like it's just purely defensive, kind of like with variant Lucifer a little bit. You could see the comparison. It's like this one piece is like this whole Beyblade. No, so yeah, definitely an upgrade, definitely beefier in the defense department. And the Superking chip or the Sparking chip is metal, kind of like with the other two Limit Break Beyblades, but it's only that center core that is metal. But again, just kind of going back on the original Lucifer, has a little bit more metal on the actual chip, and it's not interchangeable with other Sparking chips or core chips. It's just one piece. But yeah, I also like how they had the pink on the inside to kind of make it the same color as these little, I don't know what you call them, but we've been calling them tongues when it's not awakened, to match the original color of variant Lucifer. But yeah, this is a really, really purely defensive type of Beyblade or type of ring. All right, moving on, we have the disc. This is Ko. And there was also something new in the instructions, kind of talking about each disc and where the Limit Break ability activates. So with Ko, let's bring out the other ones just to compare. Now that we have more of these new discs for Limit Break, we're getting a little bit more information on how they activate, and we could compare them to other parts. All right, so with the Ko disc that came with this Beyblade Lucifer, you can see that the little nub or the block is all the way on the left. So that means when the Beyblade is a right spinning Beyblade, it'll activate on the last click or the third click. But if it is left spinning, it activates faster because it's on the opposite end, and it'll activate like on the first click. Then next up we have Cho from Hyperion Burn. This one is on the very right side, so this will activate quicker for right spinning Beyblades, but slower for left spinning Beyblades. And then finally we have O from Helios Volcano, and it is in the middle, so it's just gonna kind of be like the same for both rotations. It also depends on the number of teeth that the Beyblades have, but for the most part I think they all just have 3. And just by judging, just by looking at it, I feel like this is going to be the lightest out of all of them. And I think it would best pair with this O? I don't remember. So we have Ko, O, and Cho. Those names are going to get pretty confusing. So O, I feel like this would be better paired with this because it is a lot more even and circular, and it activates on the second click. And the next up we have the driver. This is Drift. And also, like with the Mobius driver, this is like explaining the legality and the use of it. So if you no longer see that outer circle, then it's no longer a legal part to use. And here is the comparison between the two. See, a lot beefier. Mobius is very, very good type of driver. I don't know how I feel about this one yet, but it does look like it would keep up the Beyblade, provide more life after death, just by looking at it. I feel like it would roll a little bit better, but we shall see again. We gotta test more on this driver. And both drivers, Drift and Mobius, do perform much better when it is worn down. So my Mobius driver is not worn down as much as it should be to be very competitive, but when it does wear down, it does hit that ring a little bit better and kind of keeps it up and rolling for a little bit more time. Okay, let's do some weight comparisons. Lucifer the End weighs 32.14 grams. Hyperion Burn weighs 30.53, and Helios Volcano 26.69. Wow, I didn't this definitely is the heaviest. But let's check out the discs. So this is Ko from Lucifer, 27.20. O from Helios Volcano, 30.13, and Cho from Hyperion Burn, 31.43. So heaviest, middle, and as I theorized, lightest. I mean, just look at it. It is not as round as the other two. Again, so I think that Lucifer would pair well with this disc instead. Better balanced, and it has a better activation point. So to put this together, you want to assemble your Beyblade. Don't worry about putting the gimmick back into place. Just kind of leave it hanging there. And then you want to make sure these 2 points align and the gaps align with the sharper edges, and you lift it up to lock it. Just like that. Easy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So let's test out this Beyblade's defense. First, a test launch. I'll be using the LR Bay launcher, the long one. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh, not very good stamina. It just kind of toppled over there. I feel like that might have been part of the driver's fault. I feel like it scraped a lot as well. Alright, let's do a test battle against Rage Longinus Destroy Dash 3A. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, a knockout to Rage Longinus. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Alright, it does look like the ability is activated. And it was still able to outspin Rage Longinus. Alright, so I'm also noticing that there are no clicks on this Beyblade, but the ability is still activated, so it seems it just activates on its own when the Beyblade is hit at least hard enough. So I don't think you even need to worry about the disc activating it. Last battle. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh, it came back in. It's actually regaining spin. That's actually kind of cool. Nice! It outspun it, even rebounding back in from the wall. I'm counting that. That was actually really, really awesome. So what I've seen so far, it does look like it's pretty good at defense. But it does get pushed around a lot still by Rage Longinus. As you could see, it did kind of KO, but it did come back in. It rebounded back in. So there is still a chance of knocking it out of the battle. But so far, I am really enjoying Lucifer the End. I think it is my favorite out of the released Limit Break Beyblades so far. I think the gimmick works pretty well. I still have to experiment more with the driver, but it does look like it is pretty good for defense. I still feel that Mobius is the better driver at the moment though. Alright, so what do you guys think about Lucifer the End? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with more Beyblade Burst. See you soon.